and you need to, just...
I'll speak louder than we did the test.
Yeah, you're perfectly in frame. You can move back. Stop. Yeah, no further.
Is that okay?
That's perfect.
I probably won't look directly at the camera now, I guess.
As long as you don't, not so you don't go out of frame.
Oh, I see. Okay, are we good to go?
Ready to go.
No pressure now. My name is Howard Lee. I'm a member of staff at Hadlow College, which is based in Kent, in England. And I'm going to describe community and student food production plots, which are based at the college at Hadlow in Kent, but also in other parts of the county. And I'm going to talk briefly about three aspects of this project. On a timeline, the first portion of the project is focused in 2006, when I helped to set up a Hadlow, or the Hadlow Carbon Community, which is a play on words, the Hadlow Carbon Community, which is still running. And a year after that community started, we started a community allotment on the college grounds. So the college made land available for about 15 village families to have free access to grow food. Students have been involved in this project all the way through. So students were involved in helping to set up the plot, and students are still involved with the plot, usually now from a teaching perspective. So we take students on the plot and we talk about the issues of community allotments. The villagers have been enormously enthusiastic and continue to work on the plot. The plot has got larger, it's grown in complexity and sophistication, and has been a great success. And the villagers now meet and have barbecues. It's become a social centre as well as a centre of food production. So that project has continued all the way through until today. The second portion of the project is specific student plots. So students are now becoming involved in growing their own food on the college campus. So more recently, we have student plots that have been set up on the college campus, and those have been started by me, but not controlled by me. I've made it clear to the students they have control of what they do, and they really like that. They like having ownership of the project. So more and more students are beginning to join that project at the moment. And it's also linked to the University of Greenwich, who is it's the university that confers our degrees, and we work very closely with them as a partner college. They also have their own student food plots at one of their campuses, which is about 20 kilometres from Hadlow, so it's quite near. They have, for about 2 years now, have been growing food on their own plots, and I'm trying to encourage my students at Hadlow to start to have cooperative links with the students at Greenwich, because again at Greenwich there's huge enthusiasm amongst the students for growing food. So hoping to develop those links as time progresses. So that's the second portion. The third portion is now to try and encourage community food plots in local towns. The town of Maidstone is a town which is the administrative centre of Kent. So the council, the county council, the Kent County Council has their headquarters in Maidstone. And I've been trying to work with Kent County Council to try and set up a demonstration food plot with our own students, our own horticulture students and staff, setting up those plots in Maidstone with one plot planned, one initial plot with a commercial sponsor, supporting the cost of that, but working closely with Kent County Council. Now that project started, I started having discussions with 2 members of staff at the council about 3 years ago. That project then stopped because my teaching commitments increased, and because I'm just one person, I was too busy to really take it forward. So there was a hiatus, there was a gap of a year when I was too busy. It's now restarted but actually with different staff. The two staff I was initially talking to are no longer available. There's a new member of staff I'm talking to at the moment, and there's a lot of interest at the council and potential support. So I'm now restarting that project, hoping to set up a food plot demonstration within Maidstone with commercial sponsorship, set up by my horticulture students and staff colleagues to demonstrate best practice, and therefore hoping that that will go ahead and begin to influence local attitudes to food production. So that's the third aspect of the project.
Howard, what was interesting in this was the way that you could see how the practice of setting up the Hadlow Low Carbon Community actually changed college policy in relation to policy. And then maybe you could also just tell us, when you were talking to the council, there were people with particular policy agendas who are interested in the community food growing. So that would be quite useful, specific information for us.
The psychology, I suppose you could say, of this type of approach is that you try and start a project looking at food as a food project, and as the project develops and as organisations become involved, in a very subtle way you start to raise their consciousness, raise their awareness of the importance of food production, and in so doing, in a subtle way, you begin to influence their policy. So Hadlow College, who have always been supportive of what I'm trying to do, in particular our Director of Finance, Mark Lumsden-Taylor, who has been a great colleague and friend and senior manager supporter of all of these projects, has continued to support the development of these projects. But as we have developed this, the commitment of the college generally to sustainability, to local food and other aspects of sustainability has been really very tangible and very encouraging. So the college has changed or developed its policy for sustainability in local food, and that's been great. So that's been good for the college, good for the college's image, and good for developing links with the local village community. Also as well, the council, there is some sympathy there, and now I'm hoping to repeat that process. Again, a very subtle, very positive situation. We've referred to it as win-win. Everybody wins, everybody benefits from this type of collaboration. It makes everybody feel good, and that helps to take the whole project forward. And in so doing, also begins to influence policy, hopefully.
Okay, good. So, and just, I mean, what I found very interesting in this was that when talking to the college, there were the people you spoke to were involved with water policy and sustainability as a way in to building,
yes,
to trying to build a
yes.
program around the productive landscape.
Yes. The Kent County Council has a significant commitment to sustainability within the county. They also, the staff I was talking to 2 years ago, were interested in all aspects of sustainability, including energy and also water. Water use within the county of Kent is very important. We have a finite or reasonably finite supply, but we have an increasing demand for water, as many parts of Europe do. And so managing that supply, making sure that water is of good quality and sustainable, literally, is very important, but also wider aspects of sustainability, including food. So they have been, right from 2 years ago, they have had an interest in the concept of local food, and now that process of discussion and planning to set up the plot in Maidstone is continuing with different staff, but the same policy line hopefully is continuing.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Right. Do I get paid now or later?